Welcome at It's Never Too Far Away. In this video I will take you to Terminal 1 at Barcelona's International Airport in Spain. This terminal is actually one of my absolute favorites in Europe. I am arriving as a domestic passenger on a European flight. Domestic arrivals are taken right into the departure hall, which can make connecting on the same airline very convenient. Barcelona is not really a hub, though. There's only low-cost carrier Vueling which offers short-haul connections. The entire terminal is one large floor-to-ceiling window all around. Apron views are possible at any place. In some distance, Terminal 2 is visible, which is from a much earlier era. It handles Ryanair, EasyJet, Eurowings and Wizz, but also Icelandair and international non-network carriers such as Air Transat or even Air Premia and Kuwait Airways. In Terminal 1, low-cost carrier Vueling is the home airline of Barcelona, operating Airbus narrow-bodies almost exclusively around Europe. It is a sister company to Iberia and British Airways, but not part of oneworld. Otherwise, Terminal 1 handles mostly the global network carriers from Europe with narrow bodies and a certain mix of wide bodies from North America, the Middle East, and in some cases also from elsewhere. Another independent sister of Iberia and British Airways is called Level, and it operates a couple of long-distance flights from here with Airbus A330s. After arrival, let us head to baggage claim and exit. It is required to walk quite some distance, partially through a section which is more like a large mall. It is not exactly easy to find the path out. As much as I love this terminal, the arrivals area is nothing special. It is quite spacious, and that is welcome, of course. The terminal is big, but all passengers exit through one door, with one small exception. A few shops and restaurants, as well as the rental car desks, are all here. As always, there are taxis and buses, but a metro station also is one floor down. So, what does the terminal actually look like? In the center, besides two large car parks, there's the actual terminal building, which hosts check-in and sizable airside mall space. The actual pier looks like an American football field goal. Let's walk around. We have to only skip the left arm because that is purely international after a very recent refurbishment of that part. I'm happy to say that I'm using this terminal quite frequently, and I'm putting together for this video images from different trips. The terminal can get really crowded, and that's making it very difficult to film. In many images it is dark outside, but during the early morning it's just still a lot more empty. The departures hall is nice and big and has several parallel check-in rows. There's one central security check area. After you have passed through it, you take the escalator down and enter into the huge central square. Only this early in the morning the shops are still closed. Come at a different time of the day and it will look like this. Right here in the lower left is the only way to the exit. At this part of the terminal it becomes clear what massive structure it is. First we head into the one long pier. To get there, a walk through one of the two sides of the shopping arcade is required. This massive pier has gates on either side. Looking backwards, these are the two arcades leading to inside this pier. You see it can get crowded, so the next pictures are again from morning time. Gates are on both sides, shops and restaurants usually on the right, in between. Here all gates are for non-international traffic only. At many places, very often when I'm here, tennis matches are being shown. Toward the end, the pier narrows and there's another food outlet in the center. Behind the restaurant there is an area with an additional floor, and the gates here are sometimes also used for international traffic. This is the absolute end of the pier. Going to the area upstairs. This upper floor allows a pretty good view through the pier. Do you see that unused floor space on the left? How would a lounge be there? I am using the walker ladders to go back to the central area. Now we go towards that one arm of the pier which is mostly used for international flights. The passengers you can see walking from left to right are actually disembarking from an international arrival. Ground floor is domestic, upper level international here. The seating here is on the side opposite to the gates. There are several small little play areas around here. The domestic area ends right around the corner. The rest of this arm is all international. Now we come to something pretty unique. There was actually left some open space between the terminal building and the pier. This is accessible and used as an outdoor area, including another food outlet. Now we go to the other side. Same here, ground floor is domestic and upper floor international. Again, something to play. And beside the food court, another outdoor space. This one has a well-known coffee brand and a bar. Boarding lines often block the entire hallway and they could be better organized. There is a cafe in the corner as we turn around and head into the arm. Here also the gates are international and domestic. Coming towards the end of the arm, here gates are only domestic. From these gates, Vueling and Iberia operate what they call the Madrid corridor, which is on a very frequent schedule. For these operations, there is a separate dedicated check-in, security check and also baggage carousel. I was on the early morning departure to Madrid myself, and with this the tour of Barcelona's Terminal One is finished. As always, many thanks for watching. And don't forget, it's never too far away.